and it's going to be green light racing here at Monza. Here goes Noah. We're going to try and go wheel to wheel with the leader, Vic, once again, back on the top step. We did say take it easy. Oh my goodness. Sinead's going to go for it here into 14, 15. Side by side, is it going to be Mercedes or is it going to be a BMW? Hello everybody, how are you all doing? It's me, Mr. Flinners, once again. I'm just getting everything set up for today, and we can crack on for a 15-minute qualifying session, followed by a 45-minute race. But once again, how are you all doing? Hope you're doing fantastic. And yes, once again, it's me, Mr. Flynn. And yeah, some very exciting racing today. I love Barcelona. Barcelona brings so much content. So I guess let's dive into it then. And basically get everything ready. So if you're all in the chat right now, hello, how are you doing? And yeah, let's crack on. Practice will finish very shortly. And we'll crack on with some other bits and bobs and see who's joining us tonight. But it looks like a very busy grid in very wet, treacherous conditions, shall we say. So yeah, a bit of an interesting one. So let me just get a track map up. Barcelona, there we go. Lovely jubbly. We have a track map all set up, and I guess we can prepare ourselves for what could be some very exciting content. So chat, let's get into it then. So here at Barcelona today, we have a total of, I believe it's going to be 16 corners, and your most treacherous sector is going to be sector 3, with a few braking zones, a few left and right turns everywhere on the track. It's going to be an interesting one. We'll see who becomes victorious on top and who will take the top step today. Let's click drive, get everything set up on my side. There you go, qualifying is on the way now. A quali ban to serve for car number 139. Never gets sold, and drivers now rolling on to the track. Let's just click drive once again. There we go. We are on board with the lovely Uzbi in that lovely Scarlet Ferrari. Let's go on board with that because that's much better. And there's something else I've forgotten to do. So we're off to a great start, chat. You know, it's all going well. I'm totally not rushing, Kappa. Yeah, all sorted now. We're all good to go. How are you all doing? Hope we're doing well. Yes, right. So a few cars getting on the track right now, and the lobby does seem fairly busy. We've got a total of 24 cars today for round 2 here at Barcelona. A 15-minute qualifying once again, and then a 45-minute wet race. Yeah. So we had Uzbi trying to get out of the pit lane first, but I believe it's going to be Lily ahead of Uzbi. Lily currently chilling in P2 at this moment of time, but looking to set the field's pace in a few corners time. Currently chilling, I believe that's in sector 2, making their way to sector 3 very shortly. If anybody in the chat right now has experience of ACC and has raced in the very treacherous wet conditions, do let me know. What is it like? And most of all, is it very scary? Because I've done it before, not with Phoenix, on an open lobby, and it can be very scary. The grip and the conditions, when it's wet, it really does change the track just a little bit. But let's go ready then for Lily, rounding the final couple of corners now into the very tricky chicane part now of turns. I believe that's going to be 13, 14, and then 15 approaching us very shortly. Let's see, can she get a very good exit? And I believe it's going to be a very good exit indeed. So let's go on board with Lily then, making the way through 15. Now the run to the start and finish straight, and making their way all the way down to turns number 1 and 2. And a big collision so far. Yellow flags flying around in sector 3 before anyone starts their lap, I believe that is. But let's not get too what would you call it, boggled on that, shall we say. Let's keep on board with Lily now as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. Now making their way to turn number 3. This corner here especially, you can almost take flat out in the dry conditions, but in the wet conditions, if you take a bit too much speed, you could be either losing the rear end, spinning around, or just completely going straight on, which is definitely not ideal. But you can hear there Lily is definitely feathering the throttle now to get around the track because the conditions, it's just such a struggle, and it's absolutely crazy how much, obviously, dry to wet conditions can really change. But it looks like a good lap from Lily so far. No major mistakes. And Uzbi does seem to have dropped off a little bit. Don't know if he's creating a bit of a gap or if he's had a moment somewhere on the track. If he has, I'm not surprised because it's very wet out there. Lily going a little bit wide there on the exit 9, making their way down to turn number 10 now. Traffic ahead of them, but car number 929 shouldn't affect them whatsoever. And this is looking like a very good, strong lap for Lily so far. A bit of a moment there, out of turn 10, heading towards turn number 12 now. They're making their way to the tricky chicane very shortly. Have 14 now, and then it's going to be 15. Here comes Lily then. Very smooth on the throttle, very delicate on the turning as well, because you want to be careful, especially in the wet conditions. But here she goes. Out the final corner, up to the start and finish line. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 150.567. Car number 29 now, Uzbi in the Ferrari, crosses the line and smashes that record, really, from Lily. A 149.992. 5/10 the gap already between those two. Is absolutely crazy. Arc then crosses the line. It's a, what was it? It was a 150.970. 9/10 away. And then Spinner coming across the line. Kingma coming across the line. Kingma about 3 seconds off the pace. Spinner about 2. But nevertheless, P5 goes to car number 949. Lucas in that Ferrari, 9/10 off of P1. So looking fairly close between the top 5 at the moment. Lucas did a 150.985. We are seeing a lot of drivers in the 150s and the 151s and the 152s, but it could be warm-up laps. Sandbagging laps potentially, but on board with Viper Strikes now, 3 seconds off the pace. They've done a 1 minute 53.005, but I believe we're going to keep an eye on the top 10 at the moment because it is absolutely, and I mean absolutely popping off. We just had someone cross the line. I believe it was Katzen in that Ferrari, car number 94, 200ths off the pace. Currently sitting in P3, getting my numbers a little bit muddled up. That's a very good start to the stream. On board with Julian now, in that lovely livery for Ravage Phantom Motorsports. They're currently P2, 45 thousandths away from P1, and Uzbi still at the top of the leaderboard. No one able to challenge him at this moment of time. And as any more drivers going for improvements, Uzbi definitely is making their way through the final 2 corners here at Barcelona. Is it a good exit? It is going to be a good exit. He loses a little bit of time. I say that he loses quite a lot of time coming out the final corner, but it's still going to be a massive improvement, which will give him about 10th to the field, a 149.845. But then it's Brown. Brown crosses the line. A driver I think that would never be P1 is P1 right now, a 149.722. Alan Brown, welcome to the top step, my friend. That is absolutely crazy. On board of Arc now, making their way into turns number 1, 2, and then running away to turn number 3 now. They're about a 10th up on their time at the moment in that lovely Mountain Dew livery. Fairly a big amount of traffic ahead of them. Hopefully the drivers will politely move out of the way so Arc can keep improving on their lap time, but they've lost a lot of time entering Sector 2. I don't know if they've backed off, but it seems they have at this moment in time. I could be wrong, so we'll come back to them in just a second because we're going to go on board with Canton now, rounding the final corner. 2/10 up on their lap time. Is it going to be close enough for pole position? It's going to be... Never mind. I thought it was. Maybe he invalidated. That is very unlucky. He stays P4 for this moment of time. On board then with Julian in that lovely Lamborghini, a BMW ahead of them at the moment. Not too sure if they are on a lap, and it looks like they are not because they've made a major mistake. And Julian, following that BMW, losing all his time he found in Sector 1. Can he find it heading towards Sector 3? He was about a 10th up there. Then he made that major mistake coming out of turn number 9, actually running away too wide there. But luckily, it's still a validation. Now making their way out of turn number 11. Unfortunately, that's going to be a invalid lap time, so they won't be able to improve up the leaderboard. which is quite unfortunate. Back on board with Canton, though. Luckily, not many cars ahead of him, so he's got a clear track. Car number 95 ahead of him, though, and that is going to be Suffocating, currently down in P12, 1.9 seconds off the pace. Suffocating, been with Phoenix, I believe now, racing for 2 seasons, if I'm correct, and so far, they have improved quite a bit, and now they find themselves potentially in the mid-pack running. So, very, very exciting to see. He does go wide there, though, at turn number 10. But if in my eyes, probably avoiding Canton, who was behind on a very impressive lap time here. Could be close enough for pole position if he keeps it all together in Sector 3. Hopefully, I have not jinxed him, but we'll find out in a few moments' time. 410's up at the moment. Yellow flags. Oosby's round somewhere on the track, and they do run away back to the pit lane. But it is going to be Canton across the line. Is it going to be pole position? And it isn't. 3,000's off. Wow. That is crazy. A 149.725, and they're separated by 3 thousandths of a second. Holy moly. This is what I love about wet racing. It's absolutely crazy how close the top 3 are at the moment, and especially with some drivers finding improvements like Lucas now. Car number 949 making their way through turn at number 9 now. On the exit of 9, though, it is a pretty good exit, and they're going to be a 10th up on their lap time at the moment. Still a clear track ahead of them, no cars in the way. Someone has improved on a lap time. That's going to be Ackerman, shooting up to P4 now, a 10th away from pole position. A very good lap time there for Ackerman. And let's see, can he steal pole position from Brown? Because we know Ackerman is quite good in qualifying. We'll find out very, very shortly. But here comes Lucas then, making their way now into the final 2 corners. Very, very high up on their delta. It could be close enough for pole position. Could it? Could it not? Making their way out turn 15 now, making the run down to the final straight, which is across the start and finish. And what's it going to be? He bops up nowhere, actually, and I believe he invalidated just on the final corner. So it's a very, 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 very big yikes. And yeah, definitely, definitely a bit of yikes, and definitely not ideal for Lucas there. Oh, hello. Now, Canton was very, very high up on their delta for a second. So very unfortunate that they have lost the rear end there, but to be honest, a very nice drift. I will take gratitude for that, because that was pretty cool coming up the final 2 corners. That was lovely, I must say. Absolutely lovely. Right. Now we're seeing the top 10 quite a bit and the top 5. Let's have a look down the bottom of the order, because that's where it can be quite competitive as well. And let's go on board with Alan, racing in the BMW for Team WRT. Loving the sponsors on the car, and especially where it says "We Are a Team." That's some very good sportsmanship there. I'm loving the sketches as well. That's pretty lovely as well. But anyways then, enough about the livery, enough about the sponsors. Let's go on board with the BMW driver now, making their way to, I believe that's turn number 9. Making their way down to turn number 10. On a very decent, not to say a massive back straight, but enough speed to get up to maybe top speed ever so slightly. But unfortunately, they do invalidate there by going a little bit wide. That is not going to improve on their position. However, on board then with Andrea, who's been quite impressive this season, making their way through the final 2 corners, and we're going to go on board with Oosby, who's making some impressive time and impressive ground on the track, especially in these wet conditions. But can Andrea find a lot of time and make their way up the grid order? Is it going to be possible for them? No. They too did invalidate. Very unfortunate and definitely not ideal. On board then with Oosby, making their way out of turn at number 12 to 13 now, and then 14 and 15 very, very shortly. They are, well, they were at 2/10 up on their delta, but they have seemed to have lost all their time in that couple of corners, but found a humongous time, making their way out of 14 to 15 now. They're going to cross the line, and they are definitely going to take pole position back off Brown. It's a 149.540. Is anybody else on track right now going to be able to compete for that? Let's go on board with Julian. Or could we go on board with car number 9? Where are they? They are ahead. So we'll go on board with car 9 as Kenzo is ahead of the Lamborghini. We'll come back to the Lamborghini. Keep an eye on them because Kenzo, first off, loving that livery. Looks very, very nice. Very, very clean as well. I am liking the pink and the blue and the white. It kind of just goes, if you know what I mean. Just it goes together, which I like to see. And we've got a minute and 40 seconds of qualifying to go. So if you want to get back on the track, I'd say you got to go now and gun it to that start and finish line. BMW there going a little bit wide. Hopefully not going to get in the way of the Porsche, and luckily they don't. The Porsche though, 4/10 up on their current delta. Is it going to be an improvement up the grid order ever so slightly more? It could indeed take them to P7, potentially P6, but they've got to find a lot more pace on this track and on this circuit, making their way into the final 2 corners, rounding turn at number 15, up to the start and finish now. What's it going to be for them? A 2/10 improvement, and it is going to be P7. A 150.337. I think they'll be very proud and happy with that lap time. Let's go on board though with Ackerman. We were going to go back on board with the Lamborghini, but unfortunately I believe they've had a moment somewhere on the track and lost all their time, unfortunately. Ackerman though, making their way around 15, heading towards the start and finish. 2/10 up on their current delta. They'll possibly go to P2, and they do. A 149.665, a 10th away from Ousby. Ousby on track to potentially improve on their time. They've just started their lap time. Let's go back on board with Julian, ahead then of Ousby. And how they getting on into turns number... trying to think where they are on the track now. The 6 and 7, that's where they're... no, they're not going 6 and 7. They're going to around there. Yeah, that's... I don't know. Yeah, they're now 7 and 8. Oh, this is all getting a bit confusing, chat, I must say. All a bit confusing. But it's fine. We'll figure it out, chat. We'll figure it out. Unfortunately, though, Julian has lost a lot of time there in Sector 2 and won't be able to find that time back, I'd say. So that's quite unfortunate for them. Let's go on board with Lucas, the driver, right behind Julian. 2/10 up on their delta. This could really help them out. It could potentially get them into the top 3, but they've got to find a little bit more pace and keep it a bit more calm and collected and a bit more smooth on throttle input and on output with the braking as well. We've got car number 98 somewhere on the track. Stop. That's going to be the BMW down in P18, currently 2.3 seconds off the pace. Here comes Lucas then, rounding once again. Turn number 15 for the final timers here. Losing a lot of time, unfortunately, and they'll be staying... oh, I thought they were going to go into P6, but they actually go up to P5, a 149.832. And actually saying that, in the background, Ackerman back on pole position, beating Ousby, a 149.425. I was looking there. He was improving quite a bit. We were about to click on board of him, but as soon as we did, he was on pole position. So Ackerman is taking the first lap of racing here at Barcelona in the wet or dry conditions. It depends what the game's going to decide. Ousby slotting into P2, and then Brown, Alan Brown, popping out of nowhere, taking P3 for the start of the race. Very impressive. I'm very, very impressed. And then Canton, P4, Lucas, P5, Julian, P6, Lily, P7. P8 goes to the Porsche of Kenzo, Arkin P9, and then Joel Kelly taking the final top step of P10. That's your top 10, and looking at the rest of P11 down to P number 24. That is where all the action is, and it looks like it's going to be wet condition racing here at Barcelona for 45 minutes, and we have around about 5 minutes till we get the green flag racing. So whilst we do, chat, feel free to get a drink, some snacks, popcorn, whatever you want to get, because we're in for a very exciting and challenging race, shall we say. Trust me on that one. If you do have any questions in the chat, feel free to let me know, and I'll try my absolute best to answer them. And that is pretty much it. We're just literally waiting for racing action to begin, and then we'll really go from there. I guess we could discuss potential overtaking opportunities. If I pull up my track map, have a look here. So overtaking possibilities, obviously this massive straight here, on the exit 16 down to turn 1, possible for overtaking there 100%, only if you're close enough, because you don't want any silly dive bombs heading down to turns number 1 and 2. Turn 3 and turns 1 and 2, potentially, possibly, side-by-side action. Turn 3 could be a bit interesting in wet conditions, because if you've got a car on your outside and you're trying to go around the outside or the inside, if you get it all wrong, you could slide wide and smack the car on your left-hand side, but I guess we'll see. But that is possible, so hopefully we don't see too much of that. And then I'd say exit 9 to 10, more overtaking. Possible overtaking opportunities into sector 3. I'm not too sure. Obviously, big straights here at the circuit. That's what we're going to see overtaking. But into sector 3, maybe, maybe not. If they're feeling brave, they'll do it. If they're not feeling brave, they'll back out of it. So, like I said, we'll just find out in 2 minutes and 20 seconds time. But I guess in the meantime, while we are waiting, I'm going to show you a lovely snazzy edit made by our one and only truly, not Oosby, sorry, Shanae made this one. And it's absolutely, right, fantastic. Massive credit to Shanae for doing this. And if you haven't seen it yet, chat, you're in for a treat, trust me. So here you go.
And it's going to be green light racing here at Monza. Here goes Noah. We're going to try and go wheel to wheel with the leader. Vic, once again, back on the top step. We did say take it easy. Oh my goodness. Shanae's going to go for it here into 14, 15. Side by side, is it going to be Mercedes or is it going to be a BMW?
Once again then, big credits to Shanae for making that promo. It's absolutely fantastic. That never gets old. But not long till racing. Minutes ago, chat. A minute to go, and then we'll get some racing action here at Barcelona. I hope you're ready, because I'm ready for it. Let me get everything set up on my side, which is literally just doing that and that. So we get the standings on our left-hand side to see where everybody is on the track. Lovely jubbly. I'm literally just waiting now. What I mean, chat, it's literally just waiting, which I hate doing. It's just waiting for the racing action to begin, but we've literally got 20 seconds, so once we get into that, it'll be green flag racing. So get ready indeed. Rightio then. Here we go. All the cars turned on now. Some may be missing that button, but it looks like no one's signing in the pit lane, so everyone has managed to press the button in time. Altosis leads the way then, leads the field all the way to turns number 14 and 15. And at the exit 16, we're going to get going very, very shortly, as it's only going to be a small formation lap. So any moment now, once we get to 16, all the cars are going to make their way out of 16, and we'll get some green flag racing. And yes, here we go. Here we go, chat. Any moment now, the lights will turn green. Here we go then, green flag racing, round 2 here at Barcelona. A very good start by Altosis, but Uzbi on the right hand side seems to be getting a little bit of sense of that. But hang on a minute, here goes Alan Brown down to turns 1 and 2. Is he looking for a possible up inside move? On board with Altosis still, and through goes Alan Brown into the lead of this race. Altosis under humongous pressure then from Uzbi, who snatches and takes P2. Altosis losing 2 positions in one corner. Absolutely unbelievable. But your new race leader then, with literally only a couple of seconds of racing to go, is your new race leader. So GG's to Alan Brown. Altosis seems to be under humongous pressure then from the drivers behind at this moment of time. Holy moly, that was a lovely turn 1. And lovely space given. And lovely racing action, shall we just say. Absolutely fantastic though, but unfortunately car number 95, that is going to be suffocating all the way down. At the back, I think it is. Yeah, at the back, which definitely isn't ideal. So he's had a moment there somewhere and possibly had contact, but back on board with a better camera angle, shall we say. It's Alan Brown in the lead, and looking very close right now is Julian. But hang on a minute, Porsche looking up the inside there momentarily, and not able to get the switchback that he wanted to take the position of P9 off Julian in the Lamborghini, as we're actually on board with him now. But let's see. Benoit makes a slight error into Sector 3 as the Porsche there has made a major error. The Mountain Dew livery then of Joel Kelly could get a potential move here and a potential run on the Porsche, but never mind that. The Aston Martin's looking quite race pacey in the background. They could get a potential move done. But here goes Uzbi then, gaining on Alan Brown. Down into turns 1 and 2, but isn't able to get the move done and dusted. Gaps like 1 second is starting to open up between P5 and P10 at the moment. So the field already starting to split up. We've got wheel-to-wheel action happening in the background. That's between Julian and the Porsche. And it was the Mountain Dew livery. I believe that was going to be not Alan Brown, sorry. That was going to be Joel Kelly going wheel to wheel with Andrea. But as we come out of turn number 4 now, heading towards 4, out of 4 now, heading towards 5, it's still going to be wheel to wheel between the Porsche and the Lamborghini. No one wanting to give up this position of P number 8, but Julian's still able to cover off and keep P8 for now. Absolutely fantastic. And never mind, Uzbi getting around Brown and taking P1. We unfortunately missed that, but hopefully the replay system will be able to capture some lovely feedback on that. But Uzbi, your new race leader, yellow flags, that's car number 98, spinning around somewhere or going off track and losing a position or 2. But look at this then, Alan Brown on the gearbox, you could say, of Uzbi. Maybe looking to take the lead of this race again. Let's see how they do in the final 2 corners of Sector 3. They do seem to be on the gearbox and looking very race pacey, I must say. But what's the exit like in the Aston Martin compared to the Ferrari? Straight line speed. Not great, to be honest, because the Aston Martin is going to be under humongous pressure from Altosis in that McLaren sitting behind. But Altosis isn't able to go for a move. He won't go for a dive bomb. He's very, very experienced, because if he went for a dive, that would be a little bit silly, though. On board with Arc. Same here, knows what he's doing, not going for the move because there's literally no point. Having a wonderful scrap with Lily for P6. We did have a car there going very, very wide in the background. And that is going to be... I think that was Wilson going wide in the background. I think it was. Yeah, that was definitely Wilson going wide. Definitely not ideal. Andrea, trying to find their feet again in this mid-pack battle. As we have more mid-pack battles going on, it's all back here. The Porsche getting involved. Geyser, car 98, trying to get involved with the Ferrari. I believe that is Nicole's. And he's trying to get a move done, but might actually lose out a position to Wilson. Wilson looking up the inside. Isn't brave enough. In the background, though, is Spinner. Is he going to get a move done on the Ferrari heading towards turn number 9? No. Or Spinner almost losing the car there, but managing to save it. Lovely stuff there. Lovely save as well, must say. Lovely, lovely save. What else have we got going on? We have Jimmy Lin once again in that Mercedes AMG. Up into P17. Getting past Joe Viper. Lovely stuff there. And a lovely move as well indeed. Car number 992 having a bit of a spin in the background. Definitely not ideal. It's going to be the Porsche round. Dropping a lot of positions and probably going to be, unfortunately, towards the back of the grid. Without any intention, just losing the car, spinning around, and that's then basically done and dusted. You see, Ackerman is gaining so much in the straights, and especially on the exit of turn number 15. But Alan Brown's able to keep him at bay for now, and keeping him at bay, able to try and stay with Oosby, is looking quite exciting, and very surprising too. So... that's what we like to see. We'll keep an eye on our Toasters, but we'll go back on board with Suffocating. Down in P23. Had a very good qualifying, and then something went wrong at the race start, so they find themselves at the back of the grid, unfortunately. Going wheel to wheel with Kingman, though. And that's Kingman going off track, so that's an easy position up to P22 for Suffocating, so he'll be very glad and happy about that one. On board with Julian once again, P8 right now. Trying to gain on Arc for P7. Isn't able to get close enough, though. Yeah, let's have a look here. Let's look at the straight line speed difference, shall we? I got told everyone liked the wing cam, so we're back on the wing cam once again. Oh, okay. Alan Brown going a little bit wide there, touching the gravel ever so slightly. We're going to see what's the straight line speed difference like. And so far, I thought Altos was gaining a lot, but it doesn't seem he is. Maybe he's gaining under braking. Yeah, that's where Altos is gaining. It's out of this corner. Turn 3. That's where he's finding all the time again to stay with Alan Brown. Makes sense now. Oh, a Wilson off track there. Rejoining safely, which is good to see and lovely to see. Spinner though, gaining a position out of that one and making his way up to P14. So Spinner having a very good race so far. We're very pleased with that one. But here we go then. The battle for P2 is about to commence. Altos is putting the pressure on Alan Brown. Obviously, no mandatory pit stop is necessary. So if drivers want to stay out on the same tyres and have enough fuel to the end, by all means, they can do that. But let's hope that they don't have to tyre save. As we could all see in the background, that's Lily and Ark having a bit of a battle, but Ark is around about... oh, never mind, he is there. He is on it. Or is he? Never mind, my game's bugging out. It was saying he was like 0 tenths behind, and then he's automatically 3 tenths behind, so never mind. On board with Lily, though, as we're going to watch the Ackerman and Brown commence another lap in a moment's time, but we could actually have Ark here go for a move, potentially, at the exit 15, if he's close enough, and if he has a bit more straight line speed than the Lamborghini, then it's definitely going to be possible. He's gaining and gaining and gaining, but isn't gaining enough in a straight line. So the Lamborghini is safe for another lap. Andrea, though, up into P number 10. Getting past that Porsche right before turn 1, but the Porsche looking for a dive into turns 1 and 2 and gets it done and is able to get the move sorted. And in the background, Joel Kelly says, thank you very much, I'll take P11. So, like, what happened with Autosis? Andreas just lost 2 positions in 1 corner. Absolutely outrageous. Alan Brown, though, really starting to feel the pressure, though, on Ackerman. Ackerman trying to put him off a little bit using driver tactics. Let's see here. Can Ackerman get past to try and hunt down Oosby, who's pulling away? Not by much. The gap is only 1.8. So it's not like he's ran away by a far amount. But Alan Brown's gone way too wide there, way too deep. And that's just opened the door for Ackerman. Alan Brown, though, will try and fight this one, it looks like. If he wants to fight it to turns 1 and 2, his sector 3 final corner has got to be so good. He's got to be right there with Ackerman. So here we go then. 14 now, 15. The Aston Martin needs to be on the gearbox when we exit 16. And he isn't. He isn't going to be close enough to go for a move. Unless his straight line speed is impeccable. Which it looks like it is. So is Alan Brown going to send it? Surely not. Ackerman's going defensive into turn 1. Alan Brown has laid on the brakes as they possibly can. Oh! Oh no! No, not Alan Brown round. Having a bit of a spin on the exit of turn 2. That's definitely not what you want to see. A little bit too late on the brakes. Getting very early on the power. Probably locking up. Locking the rears on the power. And that's him spinning. That is definitely not ideal. Now he's under pressure from Lily. And she's up into... no, still in P6. Before they up into P5 for his moment there. But she might try and get a good switch back here. Maybe at turn number 5. Losing the car there just a little bit. This could open the door, though, for Julian in the Lamborghini. And has it? Doesn't look like it has, though. But Alan Brown is really starting to back this pack up and show some interesting defense, which I'm liking to see. And Lily, not with a great exit there, has put Julian on the rear wing. Making the way out turn 9, though. And Julian is still there to respond. Oh, Lily with a... Wow! Lily with a dive, almost, into that corner of turn 10 to 11. Lovely stuff. Alan Brown, though, still trying to get his elbows out and show that he is not going to give this one up without a fight. And somehow... Lily, doing that slight dive, had the position momentarily, and then Alan Brown says, you know what, I'm going to take that back because I want that position back. So there you go. Joel Kelly, though, is having some incredible racing so far. 8 tenths away from Andretti. He is really starting to find his pace and pick up the pieces. However, his teammate... behind Julian, MP8 at the moment, was about to get past the Lamborghini, but just ran out of racing space to go for a move. And now your top 4, top 5, not much to say because the gaps are really starting to spread out on the field. So... They may be quiet for a little bit, I want to say. So we'll keep an eye on the top 10, but we'll look towards the bottom of the grid because that's where the racing action is at the moment. Because we've got Spinner here, down in 17th. It seems they've lost a few positions. They were currently P14. Unless they had a moment and got off track. Unless they're boxed, which I wouldn't see why they would have done that. A little bit of confusion there, but here goes Suffocating up into the P19 now. Ahead of the BMW of... Oh, no, sorry, that was a... No, the BMW is here. Yeah, car number 11. Losing a position to Suffocating for P19. Drops to the P20. We have got GOVEE for now trying to get into the action on the Porsche. Is Guy Zer. So, making their way down to turns 1 and 2. Joe is nowhere close enough at the moment to go for a ridiculous send. And like I said, I would expect it from Joe as well. Oh, here we go. Alan Brown's managed to open the gap to Lily. Lily probably losing time because they're trying to defend aggressively from behind because Julian putting so much pressure on them, I want to say. Because we're back on board with Lily, and that gap was not like that before, I swear. It was a lot closer than that. Julian's going to go late on the brakes, though. Into turn number 10. Wasn't late enough. Looks like Lily was later on the brakes. We could call them Daniel Ricciardo. As we know, Daniel Ricciardo, F1 driver. Used to be Red Bull driver. Was always late on the brakes and able to make corners and positions where no one would really expect it, which would really impress a few people, especially at different teams. So Lily, very much, she is impressing me right now. So we'll see how they get on towards the end of this race with 28 minutes on the clock remaining. Right, okay. We've got more fighting going on between these two here. Ever so slightly. Joel Kelly in P12. They gain quite a few tenths out of each corner. Obviously isn't enough to get past the car ahead. But they're getting there. They're getting to that step where they can be competitive and try and go for more moves. And a bit more like, oh, if I go like this, this will work or that'll work. They're trying new things, you know. They're trying new things. And this could be their opportunity out of turn number 9, heading towards 10. Could it be Joel Kelly ahead into this corner, a 10th behind now, looking to the left-hand side, late on the brakes, heading towards turn 10 to 11 now. Is that Ferrari going to stand a chance getting past the Aston Martin? And yes, he is! Joel Kelly is through, but is the Aston Martin going to stay on the gearbox and try and go past at turns 1 and 2? Potentially. I guess we'll just see what happens, you know, chat, like we always say. But yeah. But let's go back up the grid order to Julian once again. So far on the gearbox. Just like there, wants to pounce, wants to go, but just can't find a way past Lily because these conditions are just so treacherous and difficult to make their way through. Oh, we had a spinner somewhere on track, and that was Wilson. Car number 673. And they've probably gone back to the pit lane. Oh, okay, here we've got Julian going left, going right, going left, trying to think of a way to get round Lily. And Lily just parking the bus to expertise right now. And Julian just can't find a way through. Can't find a way. Okay. Once again, Arc on the gearbox of Julian. But is Arc going to be close enough to go for a move? This is what the problem is. Like, is he actually going to be close enough? And that answer's going to be no. He is nowhere near an opportunity to get past Julian. Ah, here we go. Teammates battle. Marcel behind though. Might look to get past here. But Marcel, with not a great exit, is unable to. The suffocating Viper strikes. Are they going to switch? Going to be a no. They may fight this one. Maybe no team orders at play here. We'll see what the teammates do. Marcel closing in behind. Will definitely not think to go for a move here. Definitely not. But here we are. 22 minutes of racing to go. And, oh, Joe with a humongous snap there. Almost losing the car, but keeping it safe. Maybe letting suffocating through? I think he is. But he's got to be careful because of Marcel behind, but suffocating going to go. That looked quite aggressive, but suffocating goes way, way too deep. And that invites Marcel into play. And Marcel isn't going to get by for now. But that was quite worrying there. Obviously, suffocating a bit worried. Radio, radio, radio. Oh, we have more yellow flags happening on track, and that is Guy Zer probably taking a spin into the gravel trap there, suffocating now around him as well, spinning at turn number 10. Not ideal, and he loses out to, I believe that's Marcel. Yep, car 19. No, car 19 is still behind. No, so suffocating, losing no positions there really. So I think he'll be very happy and very lucky with that one. So, yeah. But the most close racing action we're getting is just Lily being an absolute bus and slowing these cars down to allow everyone to close up. And this could turn into a massive train as we count down the racing minutes. But I do feel sorry for Julian because the frustration, right, going through his head is just, I can't get past his car. I'm faster. I can't find a way through. That is literally what's going through his head right now. Like, I'm not even doing this. I'm not even doing this racing action, like racing myself, but I could just sense it. But yeah, he's on the gearbox now of Lily. There could be an opportunity here, and it is happening. It is gonna happen. Julian's waited long enough into 1 and 2. Lily is just more confident on the brakes, but Lily's made a crucial error there. Potentially, Julian with a switchback on the inside could go for a move. And it could happen here. But Lily going defensive once again. Julian on the outside. Slight wheel banging contact there. Julian goes wide. Here it comes. I believe it's going to be Ark. And Ark just backs out of it. I thought Ark were gone for that. Oh no. It is all happening, chat. Absolutely crazy. Excuse me. Had to clear my throat there because I've got no drink, so my voice box absolutely dying. Right, we have more close racing action, and we're heading towards the bottom 12 to P4, no, P13 and P11 ahead of us. So a little bit of close racing action, not on close to go for a crazy dive or anything like that. Or we could have a move here. It could happen. Because where we were earlier, it's starting to really split up now. So it's starting to quieten down. But oh, okay, there is something that's major there. That could be a track cut warning. It's got to be a warning. Surely. If that isn't, then I'll be surprised. If you're in the chat and you might know, let me know. Because yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Yeah, feel free to let me know. I guess we're going to look at our leaders, with Oosby just running away with a 4-second gap right now, but Ackerman is starting to close that down momentarily. Car number 94 of Canton is also starting to gain on our Ackerman for P2, so we'll keep an eye on that one because that could chomp down ever so slightly and a little bit quicker, which could mean an intense battle could be on our hands. And these guys here just chilling. Julian going for a late dive again. Julian's doing everything they can to put Lily off. Lily, with some masterclass defending here, is able to keep Julian at bay. It's absolutely fantastic. Oh, Lily's gone deep though, and that could open the door for Julian as we make our way out of 16 now. Could this be the moment for Julian to finally, with 13 minutes of racing to go, get past Lily as we make our run down to turn number 1? Lily going defensive, Julian thinking, which way do I go? And I don't think the move will be on here, but we'll see, we'll find out. They're going wheel to wheel at turns 1 and 2, and I think it has happened. Or has it? Lily is still ahead. How on earth has that happened? But never mind. Julian, with a much better exit into turns number, I'm not too sure because I'm absolutely lost and just lost for words right now because of this craziness we're getting. And Lily has been spun. Lily and Nark have come together. That is big, big, big news we've just seen right here and witnessed. What the flip? I mean, I've got to say, right? Big credits the night. Big credits to Kenzo. Had a really good race so far today. I've had a very good race. And I've enjoyed watching him race on the track too. Been very good. Can we get a replay though? Hello, Mav. How's it going, Mav? Hello, hello. How is Le Potato? Is Potato good, Mav? Is it all right? Webby, show me some pictures. Yeah. I hope you liked Webby's gift. And I hope you're having a lot of fun as well. You've not missed much. Just a few hit and bumps, hit and misses here and there, but some good racing action tonight, I'd say, around Barcelona. And hello, Mr. Wobby McQueen, how are we doing? Thank you for the sub at tier 1, and you've been subbed for 6 months, currently on a 6-month streak. Thank you very much, Webby. But yes, big up the potato. Very much indeed. But how are we all doing, guys? Hope we're doing well. Let's see then, what number is Lily? Lily's 57, so let's go on board and let's see what happened between these two. Why is it on board with the wrong car at the wrong moment of time? SMH. Right, Where's Lily? There's Lily. Let's try the replay again, shall we, chat? There we go, that works. So, heading into the tricky corner now where we almost want to overtake and oh, okay, it was just Ark tapping the back end of Lily, which spun her around, and she's now dropped down to P12. Has that gap closed on the top two? No, it's actually opened up a little bit more, so it's all going on, chat. It's all going on. Thank you very much for the bitties. Thank you, thank you. Very much, Mav. Very much appreciated. And for some reason, half my document menus have disappeared. So my track map decided to close. So we're going to get that back up on my screen. Back in a circ, chat. There we go. Lovely. Let's back up my screen now. So we should know what we're talking about. But 9 minutes to go. Let's keep focused on that for now. And we can chill. So, yeah. Check P1. We can indeed check P1. Which is Oosby right now. 4.2 ahead of the rest of the field. Absolutely dominant race from him. Made no major mistakes yet. Still 8 minutes to go. So any other mistakes. And it could be on here for someone else to steal the victory. Can you have a refund? Right. Webby. What are you doing? I've just seen your bitch. Yes, you're now top of the leaderboard with 200 bits, back in the lead, overtaking Mav and overtaking Darkness. I think you've upset Mav now. It is indeed pole position for you, Webby. So there you go. But I wonder how Mav feels about that. You've just literally stolen his pole position. You know, Mav's only had that pole position, you know, which was the bits. I am joking. I am joking. That was a joke. Please no ban. That was just a joke, Mav. Please don't get upset by that. I'm only messing around. I bet you've had quite a few pole positions on video games. But, you know, not as best as having Bits pole position, you know. Anyways then. Back aboard with Jimmy Lin. Managed to find their way into the top 10 finally in this race. Started at below the top 20, I believe it was. So they're already up quite a few positions for drivers spinning and making contact on the grid. But they could be on here to make a position up to P9 against Joel Kelly. We'll keep on board and see if anything happens. And I want to say something is going to happen. But maybe in the background of Andrea could get involved here. Car number 37, right behind the Mercedes. Could send a cheeky inside move. Potentially. And actually, speak of the devil, there it is. Holy moly. The Aston Martin could have done it here. They're going to go wheel to wheel. And oh, the Mercedes just ahead and actually makes the Aston Martin go completely offline. And as in doing so, the Mercedes defending has lost a little bit of ground, shall we say, to the Ferrari. But they'll be able to find that time once again. And fight for another challenge on the grid. But for now, it's going to be the lovely, I believe it's Joel Kelly, making the way through the final two corners. And then to the start and finish to start another lap with 5 minutes on the clock remaining. And we'll see how we get on. But how is Insomnia going for you guys? Hopefully it's going well. Fingers crossed. Jimmy is like almost on the gearbox every lap and every corner of this Ferrari ahead of him. The Mercedes looks like a tough one to drive, but you know, eager to be more on the power and get a position done. You want me to commentate curse Ollie? Okay. What's going to happen here is Suffocating is going to get right up to the gearbox of Spinner. Spinner's going to move, and Ollie's going to spin himself. That's what's going to happen, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready? It's going to happen. The Spinner's gone a little bit wide there, so is Ollie. He's followed Spinner, which you don't want to do. But, fair enough. Into the braking zone now of turn number 5. Heading towards a 6 and 7. Is Suffocating going to get a good exit out turn 8? It looks like he is. Spinner mowing the lawn there as we make our way to turn 9 now. If you're an F1 fan, normally DRS would be activated here, but unfortunately we're in GT3 cars, so it's going to be undeniable. Ollie trying to go around the outside, it looks like, on Spinner for a little bit of a switchback. Spinner, though, parking the bus, doing the same as Lily did for the last few laps by keeping Julian at bay, and then Ark, unfortunately, bumping the rear wing of Lily and spinning them both round, and Julian able to get through and up into P6, which I think they're very, very happy with. But unfortunately for the contact between those two drivers of Ark once again, and that's going to be... I'm just talking about them. Lily. There we go. Got there in the end, chat. You are subscribed. Congratulations. Thank you very much for the tier 1, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. No commentate curse has happened yet. But we want him to crash. But we don't want him to crash. Because Ollie was in the top 10, shall we say, for the start of this race. He was 1.9 off the pace of the field. Which, yeah, that was crazy. Scarily fast, shall we say. Excuse me. But 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. All the cars now starting to line up in a, you could say almost a formation line, but desperate moves, desperate measures going to happen very, very shortly. Webby, just saying, I'm so hot. Thank you. Yeah, maybe the grammar needs correcting there, but I appreciate the kind words, Webby. You are too. Did I say it out loud? Moving on. Yeah, so we have Andrea right on the gearbox then, or Joel Kelly. Is it going to be possible to get the move done and dusted as we make our way out of 14 and 15? To 16 now. Bit of a twitch there for Kelly. Andrea probably just not close enough at all to go for a dive. Or is he actually? Never mind, I could be wrong here. I could be wrong. He's looking at turns 1 and 2. Andrea going to go for it. The way too close for comfort. Brown is starting to gain now on Canton for P3. 1.3 away with a minute and 18 seconds remaining. Is that going to be enough? Probably not, which is quite unfortunate because Canton has had such a good race and he would not want to lose his P3. So if the gap stays like this for now, Canton's got the P3, but Brown looking very fast. SMH Webby, what am I seeing in the chat right now? Oh, here we go. Suffocating was looking for a move there. but was unable to get it done. On board with Lynn now, able to get the move done and up into P8 ahead of the Porsche, car number 15. Suffocating on board with them now. Out of turn 9. Right on the gearbox of spinner. Are they going to spin as where we would like them to? Don't think so. But Spinner is doing all they can right now. All they can to keep that car behind of Suffocating. But if Spinner makes a slight mistake here, it could be all over. But Suffocating, once again, not with a very good exit. It's going to find themselves way behind the rear wing of Spinner. Arc now starting to pile the pressure on this little battle that's brewing in the top 13, 12, 11 and 10. But let's go on board at Oosby now. Getting through some lap traffic, shall we say. And here we go. I didn't realise these two were fighting as well. Canton and Brown going at it. Canton probably made a big mistake. Brown in sector 3. Is he going to get it done? We'll go back on board with Oosby in just a second. But I think Brown has done dusted up. He's going to go for a light, desperate move. And unfortunately there, no space required. And that is going to be Brown in P4. Canton taking P3. But Oosby crosses the line. Round number 2. The winner of the Barcelona 45-minute race. Well deserved. Ackerman in P2. Lovely to see Canton defending that P3. Brown went for a desperate dive into P4, but there wasn't enough space and it wasn't going to be possible. Lucas finishes in P5. Yeah, then Julian crosses the line for P6. And then we do have a battle brewing on left, right and centre against Joel Kelly and the two teammates. But those two aren't going to fight too hard because there's no need to. Suffocating and Spinner still going at it for the final lap here at Barcelona. Who is it going to be? Will it be Suffocating finishing at P15? But he's gone way too wide there. And he's lost a humongous chunk of time. It's all down to Spinner if he makes a crucial error in sector 3. But if Spinner can keep it light and the throttle feathered, and he's done it. Spinner finishing a race here at Phoenix Simsport for round number 2 for the first time I've seen from my eyes. He'll finish at P15, and Suffocating will finish at P16. Wilson behind to finish 17th. What a race that was. I am very proud of Jake there, finishing P15 this race, and he's done it. He has finally done it. He's not quit. He's not got angry. He finished the race and he's got points, and now he's being sandwiched between Joe and Suffocating around this lovely cool down lap, and all there's a bit of spinning going on. But what a lovely formation we've got going on here between these three drivers as a Spinner goes into the back there. And now they're all going to do donuts, and there you go. Absolutely love to see it. But that is it, guys. That is it for tonight. We are done and dusted for round 2 here at the circuit of Barcelona. Once again, I hope you enjoyed the commentary by myself, Mr. Finn. I know it was a little bit quiet today, but that's only because it was 45 minutes and it was wet conditions, so it wasn't as competitive as it normally is, and the gap's starting to open up, so there wasn't really much that I could really find or talk about. But we'll be back from round number 3, which we'll have a look and see what it is, and it will be it's going to be, I'm lost, where is it? It's going to be the lovely track of Suzuka. 6th of April, 60 minutes. Hopefully we catch you all there very shortly. It's been me, Mr. Flynn. I'm going to sign off and run away. Congratulations to the top 3, which is Oosby once again, Ackerman in P2, and then it's going to be the wonderful Canton finishing off with P3. Congratulations to the podium winners, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. But for me, Mr. Flynn, I'm signing off. Bye-bye!
And it's going to be green light racing here at Monza. Here goes Noah. We're going to try and go wheel to wheel with the leader, Vic, once again. Back on the top step. We did say take it easy. Oh my goodness. Sinead's going to go for it here into 14, 15. Side by side, is it going to be Mercedes or is it going to be a BMW?